I am Loki of Asgard, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your hosts, Lee Rodriguez.
I am a visionary. Like, oh, you have a podcast? I'm like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Knize.
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman.
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris.
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
And our good buddy Mahoney.
Hey, Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! Your dick's so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What is going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, July 20th, 2021, and this is episode number 566 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Knize.
Fuck off to space, Jeff Bezos, and don't come back.
Back from exile, Jose Guzman.
Just started working and I'm already ready for a vacation.
And Kelly Harris is here. What's going on, Kelly?
Earlier today, I sneezed in my mask for the first time, and I thought, under different circumstances, this could have been refreshing.
How is it the first time?
I don't know. I've just never sneezed in my mask until now.
Lucky man.
Every other
Yeah.
time before that, he pulled his mask off to sneeze.
Yeah, obviously.
He says usually it's in the customer's faces. This is
Yeah.
the first time in my mask.
So
Yeah.
funny, because, for the longest time, we would just hate on people for fucking not wearing the mask and shit like that. Now, the world's getting a little bit back to normal. We're all vaccinated, so who gives a fuck about the rest of them? But, it's been so long that, when I see somebody with their mask down below their nose, I want to choke the life out of them. It's like, what are you even doing?
For
here?
real. It's so... What a
it's been
waste of
so long.
everyone's time.
Yeah. Because, you're not comfortable, right? Because you get the thing in your face. It's not like it's the best thing. It's not great. So, you're not comfortable. And it's being completely ineffective. Thanks for fucking showing up, Pam. You idiot. Fucking dummies.
By everything's getting back to normal, Lee, do you mean that cases are skyrocketing?
Actually, no. No. Despite the governor and the idiots that run this fucking state firing the pediatrician who was in charge of kind of the COVID response in Tennessee, and she had the balls to do some outreach to the youth saying, hey, you should fucking go get vaccinated. They mailed her a muzzle, sent her a muzzle in the mail. Then she got fired. All right, real fucking cool.
And
man.
then what happened, Lee? They said, not only are we not going to do vaccine outreach for COVID, but we're not doing outreach for any vaccines.
Nah, we're not going to tell kids about the measles vaccine.
No.
We're gonna you know what would be real fucking cool? Chicken pox. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That sent me into a real spiral the other day. I'm like, fucking idiots. Just objectively fucking dumb.
We had 25,000 new cases in Florida in the past 3 days.
Wow. No, we're not really seeing any significant spike. Although, to be fair, locally around me, we didn't have a real big problem anyway. It's a rural area. Just, whatever. It was always pretty mild here, I don't know what the fuck's happening in Nashville.
Lee, your grandfather died.
Well, he was in the prime demographic to be killed. You know, like it's one of those things. You know, yeah. I almost didn't even count nanas and pop pops, like obviously. But you know what? He died doing what he loved. You know, having no regard for his own safety in any stretch whatsoever. So he went out like he lived. So what are you gonna do? You know, can't shed a tear for a man who is willfully not following the fucking rules.
I'll tell you what you're gonna
R.I.P.
do.
Girl.
Pop them undies.
Yeah. Fucking nonsense. So yeah, not a whole hell of a lot to talk about, man. I built a real pain in the ass model with Evangelion models. It was real not fun. Would not recommend it. Bandai sets, you thought it'd be okay, but holy shit, it was not okay. So runners were a pain in the ass, and I just shaved down every fucking piece before it went on. Almost broke the jaw trying to get it to move because, oh, that's right, there's a millimeter of stuff left on the red inside of the mouthpiece I had to shave off. Now the jaw will move. That's horrible. Pain in the ass. But looks real fucking cool, you guys.
It looks cool.
That.
You did a good job.
Yeah, it looks
with
great. But oof, what a pain in the ass.
And I finished my real grade Ava 1 kit this weekend.
Which is fucking rad. That little launch
Yeah.
platform gimmick is neat as hell.
Yeah, no,
Very
I
cool.
can't recommend those real grade Ava kits enough. They're really fun builds.
It's really rad. There is an interesting thing that was with this kit though. The arms, like the lower part of the arms, say maybe like mid bicep to the wrist, it's one piece, and it comes off the runner like wrapped in this rubber,
Huh.
and so there's already a joint built into it, and it has like a rubbery. The whole thing is rubberized, and it's very very odd. I've never seen anything quite like it before, so that was neat. But the rest of it was just arduous and sucked.
That's real weird. Cause yeah, I looked up that model in the website that we order stuff from at work, and it lists it as a high grade, but like it doesn't say that anywhere on the packaging. And like
Yeah, that's way bigger than a high grade.
yeah, no, it's like some weird in between thing.
Yeah, it's way bigger than a high grade, and more intricate. I would have said, like, there's nothing marked on the box, but I
Yeah.
call it a master grade, just for size alone, nothing else. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah,
Really
no,
weird.
it's super weird. Like that's like the only Evangelion kit that I could find that just doesn't really have anything classifying it on the box. Everything else is either a high grade, a real grade, or like the one perfect grade that is a fucking nightmare, apparently.
Yeah, so don't get the perfect grade. Don't get the one no grade on it, because you'll be disappointed.
Yeah,
Real pain.
just go with the real grade.
Yeah, there you go. Public service announcement.
Yeah, like I put shit between the 2 days. I don't know. I dropped something. I think I put like 9 hours into that kit this weekend, but it was worth it.
Yeah, see, I probably got about that in this one. If I had to think about it, put it all together. That's about right. But it wasn't fun.
Yeah,
It wasn't fun at all.
I haven't started it, but I opened up the figurized Kamen Rider Ryoki. That looks awesome. I'm really excited to build that.
Got himself a Dragon Boy with him. Very cool
Yep.
looking.
And then Thursday, I should be getting my Liger Zero model.
Oh shit!
I'm very excited.
I don't need to hear about that. Because it looks real fucking dope.
Do it, Lee. Get it.
They're
Get up in
putting
there
out a
like
new
this.
one soon with like some extra armor stuff on it, so you could just pre-order that version.
That has all the DLC. That's like the Game of the Year edition right there. Damn. See. We'll see. I went in today and I canceled some pre-orders for some shit. I was like, you know what? No, you don't need that. I thought that was a growth. It's a big deal for me.
A real adult move.
Yeah, and then I pre-ordered that fucking new Violator. And I was like, oh,
Yes.
that one you do need.
I used to have a coworker who every couple of months I would make him bring up his Amazon pre-orders and would go through them to make sure he doesn't have anything stupid on there. Like, see if he pre-ordered.
Kelly, you're a good friend.
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, let's go through this. All right, you see, you have this video game on here twice. You don't need both of those. Like, what's this? And it'd always be something like, oh, it's a Blu-ray of Weekend at Bernie's 2. And I'm like, do you need the Blu-ray of Weekend at Bernie's 2?
Of course.
Not one.
Like, no,
It's
I
like,
don't need that. So we'd
Did you
get rid
drink
of that.
water today, you dumb shit?
Kelly, you're a good friend. He's lucky. He's lucky to have you.
Yeah.
Lee,
That's basically what I did. I did when I pre-order on Amazon. I was like, no. Stop it.
Yeah, a bunch of months ago, I pre-ordered a Animal Crossing New Horizons soundtrack set, and it's like $100 some.
What the fuck?
And I pre-ordered it purely because I'm like, I'm never gonna get this. It's an import. This is never coming through ever. So it'll just sit here forever. And on the off chance I do get it, I'll just probably rip the music off the CDs and then flip it.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know it's been pushed back. They're saying it'll come in next month, but I highly doubt that.
Jose.
Jose, mute yourself.
Where's the
Well,
mute
no,
button?
that was an honest to God, like, legit cough.
Like a legit
Yeah, mute
cough?
yourself.
Yeah. Not like a self-inflicted cough.
Yeah, no, we don't like those legit coughs either.
Yeah.
Those are one of
just,
those,
just
like,
mute them all.
well, sometimes you can't.
Mute
Like,
them all.
I coughed before my hands could move.
Mute them all. Let God sort them out.
Involuntary.
Yeah. One time I did a podcast and ate 3 pulled pork sandwiches and no one fucking knew. That's how good I am on the mute button.
Let them all
That's
eat
fucking
mute.
great.
Every time I listen back to an old popcast, looking for like a popcast classic or something like that, all I can hear are the times I sniff or the times I make this noise with my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Got a real sticky mouth.
right.
Yep.
You all
Gotta
right.
get those out of there.
So Lee, you were talking. You pre-ordered this McFarlane Violator, and
I
then
sure did.
you sent this picture. This is the McFarlane giant hunky big boy Violator up next against the. Is that the Kickstarter Spawn?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
big boy. And that's what,
Yeah.
$40, $50,
$50.
$50. Yeah, see, I love him.
But-
I like him. I think I will bide my time though. I will see.
It weighs 4.5 pounds. It's rock solid. Like there's no bullshit in plastic hollow parts on him. He's solid as a fucking rock.
It's wild because that Devastator was $20, and that sucker's. I mean, it doesn't have
Not
the
like
height.
this, it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't have the height of that one, obviously, but
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty stoked about it.
Todd's like, you give him a lot of plastic. You give him a good deal.
Give
You
him a
know,
lot of plastic. I
you
was like, yeah, he's
you're
right.
ahead of the game.
That's a lot of plastic.
Oh, you guys can't wait until we see Toddy Mac again. He's gonna high five us
right.
so hard. We need to
Yep.
bring him all kinds of rhinoceros presents.
Yep.
Right. No. Right.
And I'm gonna show him that cameo I got from Rob.
Ah, yes.
The only other thing really worth talking about is not even my thing. Our friend Jennifer came in. This was one of Nicole's oldest friends from Illinois. She came
Yes.
to visit us for the weekend.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Jennifer.
talking Jennifer,
Jennifer.
from one of our highest rated episodes of the podcast ever, Deal Breakers.
No, different Jennifer. Although that Jennifer is dating again, and we're gonna have to have her on again soon. She's already got stories. She already has tales. But she came down and I had a good time. They enjoyed the backyard oasis, all that stuff. It's great. But then I don't remember. No, she brought it up. It was her thing. She was like, "Oh yeah." She like, "Hey Nicole, we have to watch Married at First Sight on Hulu." And I'm like, Please don't do this. Don't bring this into my life. I don't want her to know that this is real. Nobody listened to me, and so I had to in between bouts of just walking through the house. I'm not gonna sit there and watch it, but this fucking show, you guys. Apparently, it's a Lifetime program. It's on the Hulu machines, and it's just a bunch of fucking weirdos that are all,
Looking for
stereotypically
love in
pretty.
all the wrong places.
Well, no, they sign up to marry a perfect stranger in 2 weeks. So that's the fucking show. The show is like, they don't meet this person or anything until the wedding day. And then it's like, oh, and this is so wacky. It's like, nah, man. It's not wacky. It's just fucking lame. Like, all you people are fucking dorks. They're all dorks. But of course, like, they're all, too pretty. Although I do like the fact that a handful of people, the families, are like, no, we're not going to the wedding. This is ridiculous. I do like that. I do like that not everybody's on board.
I'll be at the divorce settings. The lady has watched that. I have seen an episode of 2 of
It's
that.
so I don't understand, man. I don't know how this shit lasts. Like, they were watching episodes from season 10. Season 10. Like, how does it last 10 seasons?
The one
But it's objectively
we saw,
terrible.
The dude was like not an NBA player, but he played for an international team.
Mm-hmm.
So like the B or C League, nothing
Sure.
major. And he's like, I'm like fucking tall as fuck. I'm down with doing this, but I need a
Tall ass lady.
yeah. So they gave like all this criteria, and the chick comes out and she's like fucking 5'2", and the look on his face was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I told them no.
I
On
wanted
short
a
people.
giantess.
He's like, because it's uncomfortable, they have to lean over, and then they cut to like their wedding photos, and he's slumped all over her.
Aw.
It's like they're like, "Oh, what do you want?" All right, go find the opposite.
No,
Well,
you know what?
Hit
Fuck that
record.
guy. You get what you get.
And they know it's going to make good TV if they set him up with
Well,
5'2".
yeah, but I mean, fuck that guy to a degree. But at the same time, like if I'm 7'5" and I specifically ask, like a chick must be this tall to ride this TV show ride. Like, don't bring in like shorter than that by 2 feet.
Just bring in just a little person.
Fucking turns around and just leaves.
No,
Starts
I said it's Lifetime, Knize, not TLC. But on
slowly
TLC,
starts
it
taking
does
the
put it on a
mics
little
out.
person.
I opened up the Discovery Plus app today, and the top banner was for some show with like 19 little people. I was like, I should save that for later.
Fucking wild.
All right, we're gonna make a new show on Discovery. It's called Little at Sea.
Okay.
We'll figure it out from there.
Little Etsy?
We just put them on a boat, see what happens.
Oh, I thought you said Little Etsy, like ETSY.
Oh, yeah,
That's
what
what
I
I do.
like.
I'm like
That
they
works
like,
too.
they sell stuff online. Like that
Yeah.
works too. What is it?
You know,
Is it like the inside of a sweatshop and it's all little people and they're only making things for Etsy?
you would think that they would have a better time at it, but with their little hands. But no, they got stubby little fingers.
Ooh, I got it. So it's a sweatshop of little people working on Etsy stuff. But at the end of each episode, they do a musical chairs little thing. The loser, like these production facilities that they're sitting at, loses a chair each round.
Okay.
The loser has to go into a death match.
Oh, I assumed you were
Okay.
going to say
You can
one of
win
them
your
gets
way
marooned.
back on the show.
I thought you were going to say one of them gets marooned at sea. Each episode, someone gets just cast off.
They just shoot him in a cannon out into the ocean.
Oh my god!
They point to the island across the sea and say, "If you swim to there, you can live. Let us know if you find any survivors from past seasons."
Oh,
It's awful.
You hear that, Netflix?
Probably.
Give us a show.
I hate all that shit, man. It bums me out. I hate it all so fucking much.
Man, it's wild what people will do just to be on TV.
Yeah, and like so many of those people that are on those shows, like 90 Day Fiance, Married at First Sight, The Bachelor, and all that stuff, they're all a certain level of hot to where they could waste a year doing this and then
Yeah.
it just
Still
not
be all
mattering.
right.
Yeah.
It's just a resume piece on your way to your TikTok career.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, best case scenario, you get picked up for a spinoff.
Mhm.
That's the rub these days. You slide in as one of many contestants on a reality show, hoping for that spinoff later.
Yeah, you want to get your I Love New York.
Yeah, and then
There
you're
was
Don't win. Just make a big enough splash that when you get booted off the show,
Right.
people want you back.
yeah. A Flavor of Love begets I Love New York. I Love New York begets Real Chance of Love. Real Chance of Love begets I Love Money. And I Love Money begets a woman getting murdered and stuffed into a suitcase.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
And don't forget, that all started from The Surreal Life.
Yes, exactly.
But anchored by ridiculousness.
There was one part in one of the episodes where I don't think they'd been married yet, but like they set him up to meet like all the friends or whatever. So the girl meets the guy's friends and the guy meets the girl's friends. And there's one part where one of the girl's friends was talking to the guy who's gonna get married at first sight, and she's like, "So you're such and such and a model, is that right?" And he's like, yeah. And she goes, "Huh. Unless this is gonna work out pretty good for you, right? Because like, I mean, no matter what happens, then you've got some good exposure for that modeling career, huh?" And I couldn't believe they left it in because he goes, "Huh? What? Huh?" Like he was so taken aback by her bluntness and directness. I could not believe they let that moment of actual human interaction on the show.
Well, that's always
like, I can't believe you would say that.
That's always a common thread on those shows is, does this chick or dude really love me, or are they just in it to be on TV?
The second one. Most definitely.
It's just so I hate the whole fucking genre. The whole genre is awful. And that one that Netflix is doing, that Sexy Beast show, looks profoundly upsetting.
Hell yeah.
And I cannot stop thinking about it. It's so dumb. So it's coming out soonish, I guess. If you've not seen it, trailer's out there.
I'm pretty sure it
Sexy
drops
Beast on
tomorrow.
Netflix. Oh my god. So they take a bunch of people and they put them in like ridiculous, over the top like prosthetics and makeup and shit. It's like, the one guy looks like a fucking dolphin and this chick's an owl and whatever, this crazy shit. And it's all like, can you fall in love based just on your personality? And it shows like a fucking, puppy lady and, a bird man, fucking, I don't know, in a carriage ride somewhere,
And then it just cut to a guy who's like, I want to fuck a cat.
Well, no, but like it does show like some flashes of them and they're all, objectively beautiful people. It's like, no, your show is fucked. Like, you can't do that, but like, can you fall in love with someone based just on their personality? If not, don't worry. She's really, really hot. Too.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so fucking dumb.
And
we might have
just like, wait, put the makeup back on.
Like, oh, whoa, this is makeup?
Yeah, I came here to fuck a porpoise.
Yeah,
I thought I was getting into like some Dr. Monroe, Eyes Wide Shut shit.
It's very Dr. Moreau. It very much is.
No, Lee. Dr. Monroe.
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah, Dr. Monroe.
The island of Dr. Monroe, who was the psychiatrist on The Simpsons. Dr. Marvin Monroe. It's so wild because they give them prosthetics on their face, but like their body, like they all have just fit like hot people bodies. So
yeah.
Like it's just okay. You might be ugly, but you got a fat ass, and I want to squeeze your boobs.
But like you can't there's not a single 7 on any of these fucking shows. It's so ridiculous. Yeah. That's all I got. Just bitching about reality TV. That's all I got. What's up, Knize?
Oh man, what is up? So I'm 40 now, and over the weekend I was constipated, and then all day today and last night I was shitting water. So
fun.
Real good time. Real great few days. Super cool. Big fan.
Well, it lets you figure out which one you like better.
Every time I shit water, I remember coming home from India that last time. Like the smell hits me. Oh, it's just nostalgia. It's like, oh, remember?
I feel so bad because it hit him on the plane.
Oh no!
So
it hit me before we got to the airport. You remember? I was on the floor at the airport.
A fucking mess. But I haven't felt bad yet. You know what I mean? Like at this point, I'm good. I didn't get hit until 3 days after we were already back. So he just.
That's almost worse because you think
just
you're out of
wanted
the
to hold
woods
him and
you're
rock
not.
him to bed.
Yeah,
but at least I mean, I would rather feel that way in the comfort of my own home than like still trying to get home.
For sure, like having to make multiple connections internationally.
With people who you don't speak the language if you actually have a problem. And they're not trying to hear you because fucking at this time Trump's running for president, so nobody wanted to talk to us.
No, Trump was president at this point. Well, okay, he was elected.
Yeah,
he was elected. He wasn't inaugurated yet.
Yes, he had just got elected, and we just got back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is 40 apparently. Just gotta.
Fucking, it's either real solid or real water.
And you know what? I'd rather it be water than nothing at all. You know what I'm saying?
I could see that.
Because every time you eat something, you're like, oh, well, nothing has come out, so this isn't going to be good.
That seems to be like the new motto for like X-Lax. Better to be water than nothing at all.
Yeah. I don't want to end up in the hospital again with Brock Lesnar disease.
Yeah.
Because I stuffed my intestines so full of poop that it ripped a hole again.
Or whatever that fucking.
No, I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I'm not either constipated or shitting water, because Kelly and Tito and Mahoney were talking about it so much, I was able to convince Mary to sit down Sunday night and watch Space Jam: A New Legacy. And
Welcome to the jam.
Yeah, come on in, jail.
You know what? That fucking song wasn't in that movie.
It wasn't.
What?
What are you?
They didn't bring them back to do like
They
an
didn't even do a
updated
remix.
They
No,
did.
Space Jam. There is no Space Jam.
They
song.
did do a remix of Pump Up the Jam though at one point. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but that's a standard in movie.
Yeah, no
sports movie.
Space Jam theme.
Oh my god!
It's
Although, to be fair, the hip hop song for the movie is kind of a lost art.
right,
There's
but
a
you
lot
would
of
think
lyrics we have on
if you're going to bring that back, you bring it back
Yeah.
to Space Jam too.
Yeah.
Because that
Exactly.
soundtrack.
Space Jam is you got certain things, certain beats you got to hit, and that's one of them.
That soundtrack was almost bigger than the movie at that time. Because, like,
Yeah.
R. Kelly is, what he is now, but I Believe I Can Fly was the biggest song
huge.
in the
Oh,
world. And then you had the Everybody Get Up, It's Time to Slam Now.
Yep.
And then the fucking Hit 'em High, Hit 'em Low with Busta and LL Cool J, Method Man.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Where they were like the Monstars. I fucking love that jam. So,
But let me tell you something about Space Jam 2.
yes.
There is never a movie that I've ever seen before where at the end of it I just go, who is this for? More than this movie. Because I don't know who the intended audience of this movie is.
It's wild because you'd think they'd either be going for the kids these days or people nostalgic for the original, and they don't nail it in either aspect.
No. I'm fully convinced that this was a script written 15 years ago. They pulled it out of the drawer, dusted it up to make like the technology aspect slightly more up to date, but didn't change any of the jokes. Because most of the jokes feel like they're references from about 15 years ago.
Oh yeah. Because they go to all the different, I guess, IP planets. Is the best way to describe it. And
there's a fucking extended Austin Powers bit.
Oh yeah, there is.
Jesus.
That's so weird.
Did they just take like 9 scripts written 15 years ago and put them together?
Well, no, like what they put LeBron ends up in the serververse using some VR technology that they've developed to like everybody play with all the Warner Brothers shit, right? Something like that.
Well,
he
Don
meets
Cheadle,
LG Rhythm.
Yeah, LG Rhythm.
Okay.
Played by Don Cheadle. And Don Cheadle's like, watch out, LeBron, I'm going to seduce your child. And LeBron's like, what? And he's like, I'm going to send you to Looney Tune Town. And he sends him to Looney Tune Town, and then he seduces LeBron's child and is like, hey, buddy, why don't you play video games with me?
He comes over and whispers in his ear, it's time to jam now.
It's funny because, like, right off the bat, like, from the word jump, LeBron is never, like, a relatable or likable character in the story of Space Jam: A New Legacy. Like
No.
from the very beginning, he like his two sons are out playing basketball, and he just shows up and he was like, "What's this bullshit? Like, what kind of fucking bitch ass shot was that? You're not gonna make it in my NBA doing some bullshit half-assed, not even trying shot." And then his son's like, "But Dad, I just want to design video games. I don't want to play basketball. I'm a
He's
video
like, what? You want a basketball?
He's like, I'm a video game designer. And like they framed LeBron's son wanting to be a video game designer as if he was gay. Like that's the vibe you get off of it. Like
Yeah.
LeBron's like, not in my house. No video game designers under my fucking roof.
No fucking nerds here. We're a sports family.
And just
Yeah.
every step of the way, at no point do you get the idea, like Michael Jordan was wooden as hell in the original Space Jam.
Like I will say, I think LeBron is better as an actor.
Yeah, but Jordan has a different kind of charisma that comes off.
I
that
don't
is
know
Jordan.
if he's better as an actor, but he is not written well at
No,
all.
that's the thing. I think he did as good as he could with the material he had.
But also, you would think that LeBron would have had a very active hand in writing his own character.
Isn't he sort of like, notoriously philanthropic? And like, a good guy?
Yeah, like
yeah.
I went through a period where I hated LeBron, and then I came around on him, and then this movie it's just like, no, fuck my kids. You better play basketball. And then, he meets the Looney Tunes and he's like, what is this bullshit? Fucking Bugs Bunny, little bitch.
Yeah. There is a cool bit when they're getting the gang back together where they go to like the DC animated universe. That's kind of fun.
Right, but then for some reason Wonder Woman is in her own universe?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, like they go into a Wonder Woman comic book to get Lola Bunny, but Wonder Woman wasn't a part of that entire DC universe planet.
That's weird.
And then they go to
alright.
the Austin Powers world where Elmer Fudd is Mini-Me and Sylvester the cat is shaved and is
Mr. Bigglesworth.
yeah.
They have a whole planet in this serververse for Casablanca.
Fucking what?
That they
As there should be.
They initially just fly past it, but then they actually visit it for a little bit. One of those getting the band back together moments. It's wild,
Okay.
man. It's really something.
Hey Lee,
Looking at you.
do the kids do your kids know who MC Hammer is?
Definitely not.
All right, then they wouldn't get that joke where
No.
Bugs does the MC Hammer dance.
It sounds like they're not going to get a lot of the jokes, which is
Well, yeah,
very
except for
weird.
if they know Casablanca, duh.
And to
Yeah.
be fair, there's not a lot of jokes.
No,
It is not funny.
the jokes are. Look at this thing.
IP,
this.
yeah.
You like this?
You like Mad Max, right? A lot of people like that Mad Max movie.
Fuck, that's right. There
Yeah,
is a
there's a
Mad
thing.
Max sequence in there.
Yeah. Which is one of
That's
the
one of the things I saw people were talking about. Grown-ups need to stop shitting on the Space Jam movie because it's not meant for you. It's meant for kids. And I'm like, based on the limited thing that I know about it, I'm not sure what it is.
I think kids would fucking hate this movie. Like, I can't imagine a kid sitting down and watching it and being like, yes, I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Right.
Because there's just long stretches of time where nothing appeals to that.
Oh, and another great point is it's 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, they don't get to the basketball game until like an hour and 15 minutes into it, and then there's still
Oh,
another
God.
54 minutes of movie.
And, like, the basketball game, fine. Okay, cool. They might like that. But, like, I don't know. As a child, we've been over this. I was afraid of clowns. Fucking Pennywise is front and center in that crowd shot for a good chunk of
Yeah,
that.
he's like right
Why?
behind. He's right behind the Goon Squad's bench, just
Yeah.
like
Why is Pennywise in this movie?
because he's in war. Like they bring all of these IP characters as crowd members to watch the game, And for
my God.
okay, like I would get it almost.
That's when Alex and the Droogs show up from Clockwork Orange.
I would get it if it was kind of like Ready Player One, where they just CGI'd a bunch of random IP characters in the background. But no, they had extras in costumes standing behind Don Cheadle. And this, like part of the thing about having Pennywise, quote unquote, in your Space Jam movie is you should be able to recognize, oh, hey, it's Pennywise, but you shouldn't be able to notice that it's not actually the real Pennywise. But you can clearly see this is some fucking day player who lucked into getting the Pennywise makeup and the outfit, and he does not know what to do with his hands the entire time he's on camera. Like, they got another one. Like, they got a bunch of villainous characters behind the Goon Squad bench. They've got what's supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze. Clearly not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, that one was so bad.
Clearly not. So it's like, maybe, like, set them back a little bit, put them out of focus, maybe just a little tiny bit.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like if I'm a kid and suddenly, I have to stare at Pennywise for however many minutes now, I would be real upset about that.
Yeah, I would have turned off the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bizarre. And like, I don't know, like Don Cheadle does his best, but his character sucks.
And it's weird, you know, his name is Al G Rhythm. But then they just call him Al G for the rest of the movie. And it's like, what? Just call him Al. Why are you calling him Al G?
Yeah.
What is he, a phosphorescent bacteria that floats on top of the water?
I saw someone on Twitter that I follow mostly for their like anime stuff. And they had an idea about how they're workshopping it into a larger piece about this is the American version of isekai. And isekai is a Japanese genre that's gotten huge right now. Basically where it's like you either die or something or end up in a different world. Like it's like, okay, now you're in your favorite video game or something. And that's essentially what this is. And it's the same as Ready Player One, where it's just like, okay, now you're in the video game world and all of your favorite IPs are here. God forbid we do anything original. It's just the things you like to see here, all of it. Look at him. You know his name. You know his name. You know his name.
You know that thing.
Yeah, and that's just kind of how the American approach to this stuff is.
Pop them cameos.
Yeah, they don't do anything with them. They're just like, look at this. This is good. You like this.
They lay down the challenge for the basketball game, and then Bugs Bunny and LeBron are talking, and LeBron's like, all right, this is who I want on my team. We need to recruit Superman. We need to recruit fucking Iron Giant. It's like, what? LeBron? Like, you big Iron Giant fan, LeBron? I saw something recently that's like, Iron Giant has had more screen time in other people's movies than in his own movie.
Yeah.
And then
Iron Giant's really good though, you guys.
You know, he's like naming. Oh, he's like Superman, Iron Giant, Batman. I want Trinity from the Matrix. And Bugs Bunny's like, no, you get Looney Tunes, and that's it. Because Bugs Bunny is trying to get the band back together because they've been scattered across the serververse. So Bugs Bunny, his whole plan is to get the band back together, but that's not necessarily the best basketball team, Bugs. So what's your game here, bro?
So Bugs' motivation is also fuck your kids, LeBron.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, and then if you've made it this far, sorry, spoilers are coming. They do a bit at the end where it looks like they kill Bugs Bunny.
That's right.
Like it looks real convincing that he dies and then kind of floats up. And at first I thought they were doing the DC 1 million thing where Superman goes and lives in the sun. I thought they were doing that with Bugs. But then he was just like, hey, LeBron, I'm back.
I'm a toon.
Yeah,
He
nothing can kill me. I'm immortal.
He was wrong sounding Bugs Bunny too.
Oh God, yeah.
It didn't hit right. It hits differently, that new Bugs Bunny.
Do we know who it is? Is it not still Billy West?
It is not.
The
It's
mom from Archer.
I saw something recently with like when they cast the new Bugs Bunny. I watched a video on it, and in that video he sounded great, but in Space Jam 2 he does not. He does not convince me that it is Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Was he wearing gloves?
Yes.
Those big bright yellow gloves. Those new gloves they gave him.
No, they're white gloves, right?
Okay. No. Yeah, but we were
They're
watching.
yellow in the new shorts. It's very strange.
Oh,
In the new little ones, they're yellow. Just fucking bright ass yellow.
it's weird.
They were
man.
yellow like in the 40s.
Yeah.
So maybe they were kind of replicating that with that.
But I mean, they were white way longer than they were yellow. So it
Yeah,
is weird to
I've
see them in
always
something
really
new
known
and
them.
yellow. Yeah.
I like some of the designs of the Goon Squad, which is the stand-in for the Monstars this time.
The designs are cool. I'll give him that. Those are
However,
cool designs.
it just speaks to the fact that maybe LeBron isn't so well liked amongst his peers to where he was able to get one of his actual teammates, 2 other NBA players, and then the rest were WNBA players. Like, you don't get like the top 5 current day NBA players besides LeBron. You get Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, and then I'm sorry, WNBA players, but I don't know your names.
That's all right. Nobody does.
Klay Thompson's character is named Wet Fire.
Ooh, Lee, what do you think his powers are?
I'm gonna say a mixture of telekinesis and intangibility.
Oh, very close.
Okay,
He's got water and fire powers.
Right.
that was gonna be my second
You
guess.
absolute dunce.
What a name. Wet Fire.
And then they did the joke where it's like, that name's brilliant. He's wet and he has fire.
It's real bad. Like, the people behind it, I expected better. Like, Ryan Coogler was a executive producer on this, and it's just not well made. Yeah.
This is weird because like I'm looking at the IMDb for it, and so you got Eric Bauza is Daffy, Porky, Elmer Fudd. Like, that's fine. Fred Tatasciore is Taz. Okay, fine. But then it's like Gabriel Iglesias is Speedy Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah.
And Zendaya is Lola. Like, they got like a couple of weird celebrity people to be.
And Zendaya as
Some of
Lola gets like 6 lines.
Yeah.
And Gabriel Iglesias as Speedy Gonzalez
And then,
is
okay,
more
Jeff Bergman is the
racist
new
than
Bugs
Speedy
Bunny.
Gonzalez usually is. But I guess if it's an actual Hispanic man doing the voice, it's not so racist, huh?
All right, Jeff Bergman's been Bugs for a little bit. Not too bad. All right.
It's weird.
And then there's the Michael Jordan bit where they teased they got Michael Jordan, and then they played like the music that he would have his entrances to.
Yeah.
Which, here's the thing, I didn't understand that reference until like last year when Kenny Omega started doing his Michael Jordan thing.
Yeah.
And then here comes out Michael B. Jordan, and laughter ensues.
Well, no.
Lee, do your children know who either Michael Jordan or Michael B. Jordan are?
I mean, they might know. They would know that he's Killmonger. That's about
Right.
it. They don't know that his name is Michael B. Jordan.
No, like, laughter does not ensue, Kelly, because it is revealed that it's Michael B. Jordan and not Michael Jordan, and everyone is very disappointed, and LeBron is annoyed.
This is real weird, you guys.
Mhm.
It's one of the strangest movies I've ever seen.
But hell, you know what? It was free.
It was.
Yeah, I did see where somebody was, of course, all the fucking think pieces come. They're like, Space Jam bombs. Made like $40 million, something like that. And it's like, well, yeah, but like a lot of people watched it at home. Like, it's not like when Black Widow came out, like, okay, this movie I gotta go see in the theater. Black Widow still made a shitload of money. It's like, no, if you're gonna watch this with your kids, you're gonna stay home and watch it for free. Well, yeah, they're gonna be mad. One, and you're gonna watch it for free. Dummies. I'm gonna have to watch this fucking movie. I might have to watch this movie tomorrow. So I'm not gonna be able to duck it for the whole month that it's available. It's going to happen.
Can't you just read comics on your iPad while you watch it?
Yeah, just fuck around.
Build a model. Play Fortnite on the Switch.
Can't do that because I like to be present and
Lee,
I bust the kids' balls.
You know what? Fuck them kids.
Just like LeBron says.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm trying to get them to actively engage. They can't be like, oh, hey, this is the thing you want to do. I'm going to fucking do something else. Nah, shit's not cool.
Teach them that there's different levels of entertainment, and some of them you don't need to actively engage with.
Yes.
Oh, no, I do that all the time already. Like, when I walk downstairs after work and Jax is watching fucking Think Noodles on YouTube, I'm like, this shit's over.
He's watching what now?
Think Noodles.
Think Noodles.
The fuck is a Think Noodle?
I don't know, but it sounds delicious.
He's the shithead that plays video games on YouTube, but he doesn't show his face like the other shitheads that play video games on YouTube. Instead, he communicates through animojis, the little thing that floats and makes your head look like something else, like a little cartoon or whatever. He communicates exclusively through those. And, like, no one thinks as nefarious as I do when, the thing starts, a little music plays. It's like, hey, it's your friend Think Noodles, and today we're going to play blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this motherfucker says it's your friend Think Noodles. And, like, that is so black and nefarious to me and just emotionally manipulative to these fucking youths. And I'm like,
I'm no longer a stranger.
Nicole doesn't know why that bothers me so much. I'm like, because it's disingenuous and fucking I hate it so much.
The only good one of those virtual YouTubers is the anime girl that was watching the Gulf of Mexico in flames, and she just kept going, "Why water on fire? Why water on fire?"
This guy just plays fucking Roblox and shitty quote unquote horror games on the computer and pretends to be scared by them. This guy's got to be 29 going, whoa, oh my goodness, whoa. Like, fuck your whole life. And he's got 8 million followers. It's like,
Lee, guess
cool.
what? It's me.
Wow.
And I just keep saying, all right, now that your dad's gone, tell his friends that he takes off all his clothes to shit.
I hate it so much.
Do it. Do it, little boy. Whoa!
Oh, man, I got the key or whatever the fuck.
Oh, I got bejeweled.
It's fucking horrible. You got a future in this game, Kelly.
Oh,
Candy Crush.
I'm bejeweled in my pants.
It's just you see this shit. You're scrolling through his thing. Oh my god, this video has 16 million views. Well, surely it must be funny, right? No. All right. Is it informative in any way? No. Is he a compelling figure? No. Is there any level of base creativity involved? No.
See,
fuck my life.
I think that's the rub is you gotta be vanilla these days. You gotta be vanilla. You cannot be offensive in any. I'm not trying to be white man saying, I can't say words I used to be able
you're
to
right,
say.
because the thing is that, and you're exactly right, because what drives me crazy about it is exactly what you're saying. Anybody can do what this fucking guy's doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely unremarkable in every possible way. And I think you're right, because that's what gets it into the algorithms to the most fucking people, and then just spreads like blood in the goddamn water.
Yep. And then there's just me playing Roblox or whatever the fuck that is and going, hot dog! Why water on fire?
Oh man, I gotta get $4 million to build this part of the airport. This motherfucker had a 2-hour video of himself playing Airport Tycoon on Roblox. And I'm like, I've never loved you less, son. We got Disney Plus and HBO Max. We got Netflix. Everything you could possibly want to watch, right? You got to watch some dickhead play video games. Okay, that's cool. I did get him to watch Disney's Robin Hood last week. I'm trying to get him to watch that one for a while because I love that one. It's great.
Oh, cool.
The
You
best.
made your son a furry. Good job.
But Papa,
Well, it was over, and I'm like, "Hey, what'd you think? Did you like it?" He goes, "I didn't like it." And I go,
What?
"What do you mean you didn't like it? Why not?" And he goes, "I didn't like the way the king sucked his thumb. That was like some baby stuff." And I go, "That's the joke. Like the joke is that he sucked." Go away.
he says, "No, I ain't
no.
into that baby stuff."
Lee, Jax is a bootlicker. He
What?
He thinks that the king is the good guy.
Prince.
Oh, that is one. He didn't like that he sucked his thumb, and he did. That is one thing though. He did not like that the sheriff was the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. That's why I always say fuck the police. Aren't you paying attention? And he's like, no, Dad, no.
Blue Lives Matter,
Right.
Daddy.
Little fucking bootlicker.
Lee, that's
We'll fix
because
it.
every time I'm playing Roblox on the internet, I just keep going, hey, kids, now that your dad's gone, why don't you take some money out of Daddy's wallet and donate it to the Fallen Heroes Fund?
So fucking.
Blue Lives Matter.
Hey!
Hot dog!
Yeah.
Whoa!
I would almost rather that than for it to be as bland as it is.
I
Like,
don't
it's
know
so
if you
horrible.
know this, but there's a crime wave sweeping the nation. Make sure your parents vote for the right elected official.
Jax comes up one day. Dad, what's Antifa and why is it evil?
And make sure if your parents come back from a trip to Las Vegas, you go through all of their luggage. If there's any bags of candy, you tell the police.
Let's not say things we can't take back.
And always remember these words: coconuts, bananas, 6, 7, 4, Maryland. You'll know what to do.
Yeah, it's been a lot of real shitty media in my house, not for me.
So it sounds like you should watch Space Jam and keep that going.
Everybody get up.
It's gonna happen. Definitely gonna happen. What's going on, Jose?
I just got back in town from Chicago, going from 0 to 120 real quick. So
Yeah, no shit.
doing the first show in August. So we were going up to the warehouse to blow the dust off of everything that has been touched since March of the year that's not
2020.
spoken of. The year that didn't happen.
I don't know, man. That's exciting. Good for you.
So that was cool. Got to get up there, see some of the dudes again. We had pretty much had to build what we're going to build in the show. And then make sure all the pieces, pack it up right. And then I'm back. And then I worked. Helped my boss move in Tampa. And then we're going to New York. My niece is getting married. So that's going to be pretty wild.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fucking homeboy?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, homeboy.
Hey, all right.
Man, we actually know who Homeboy is.
Yeah.
My niece and homeboy are tying the knot, so we're gonna fly up there, stay up there for a little bit, do that thing, and then we're back, and then I go back to Chicago, and then I'm back for a week, and then I move, and then I go do my first show at a casino, which is not dangerous at all. So that's cool.
That's crazy. Like,
So
I still
a
think
little
your niece should
exhausting.
be like. I still think your niece should be like 14, but
Yeah,
she's
no
not 14
shit.
anymore.
No, she's like
Definitely
fucking
not.
almost 24.
Yeah.
Insane.
Like, what the fuck? What happened to like 19? Where'd it go?
Yeah, because like she's just frozen in the age I first met her in my head. But
Right.
like, no, she fucking
Yeah.
drove us around New York last time I saw her.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know that's not true.
It's wild. It is fucking wild. But looking forward to that. So that's kind of cool. Because she first moved up there, it was a little rough. But as all things are, if you move out on your own and not just go get your own place, but when you move out for the first time, you completely change states. That's kind of a big first place to have.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. No, kids got chutzpah, man.
beginning was rough, but now she's talking like a New Yorker.
No, she was last time I saw her, so I'm sure she's
Yeah.
even worse now.
I feel like she was talking like a New Yorker when I met her.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, met her in Orlando, and she was already
Yeah.
doing-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bet.
She was practicing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She's always been walking here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this Jamoke Kelly over here. Doesn't know what
Yeah.
time the Nintendo store closes.
Look at this smoke carrying around all that amiibo garbage.
This is fucking algae, huh?
Fucking waters for the table. Waters for the table. Put it on my tab.
I forget where I was, but I dropped the waters for the table the other day, and Nicole was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
What a
Well,
move.
it's a good move.
Power
You know
move.
what I mean?
You know what? Really was.
But if you were a fucking bomb ass server on your shit,
Wouldn't even
I
have to
shouldn't
say
even
it.
have to ask.
Yeah.
You would agree to this with waters, or at least said, "Let me go get your waters," like acknowledgement of you guys are probably thirsty. Also, what was kind of cool was the past 2 days actually working at the Orlando Convention Center. We got our first real,
Hey.
like this looked like this was a real show. So what was cool was it's ICAST. It's a big fishing show. Go ahead and let you guess that demographic. So, but what, like the show's happening. But what was cool though is this was their intended show date. So this show didn't have to reschedule, or it is a rescheduled show. So that's kind of cool that like some of the shows that were scheduled for this year could still happen on the date they were supposed to. There were still a lot of shows. Like normally I'm off November, December because holidays. Nobody's really doing shows around Thanksgiving, Christmas, shit like that. But it's going to be pretty booked all year long, which is kind of cool. But it was the first time like there was forklifts out, like fucking lots of booths, big booths, like legit week-long work. Like shit's back. Whether it's not or
Whether COVID likes it or not, huh?
no shit. Like whether you like it or not, if it's open, like that was a legit show. There's no bullshit. And Chicago just did the auto show, which was Chicago's first major, like legit, huge ass show. So
Fucking welcome back to the game, Jose.
yeah, not like some goddamn real paychecks. Fuck.
Fuck
Busy
yeah.
times.
What's up? What's going on, Kelly?
Not much. So when was this? Thursday. Sitting at home reading. Get a call from my mom. She's at work. She goes, "Hey, Kelly, can you do me a favor? Can you look outside? When I drove past the house, looked like there was a knife in the tree." I go, "What?" She's like, "Yeah." Okay, let me go look. Fucking sure enough, there's a steak knife stabbed into my tree. And
There's a lot to take in about that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where to start with that. Like, yeah, the whole knife and coup situation is odd, but I'm also equally taken aback by your mom being like, "Hey, I'm not gonna go look in case of I don't know what exactly, but on
Yeah.
your way back, check this out. Let me know what's
Yeah.
up."
Yeah, no, so I went outside, looked at it. Sure enough, there's just a fucking knife in the tree. And so this goes back to a bunch of weeks ago. I was at work. I come home and I talk to my mom, like, "Hey, how was your day?" And she's like, "Oh, people across the street got into a fight." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yeah, like it looked like a couple. They were arguing, And then the woman just started hitting the guy. And I'm like, oh, okay, so like an actual fight. She's like, yeah. And it got to the point where like the woman like grabbed a knife and threw it at the guy.
Jesus.
And I'm like, you never called the police? And she's like, no. Okay. So my guess.
Kelly's mom, not a shot caller, not a cop caller.
Exactly. Yeah. So my guess.
Ain't no
is that
snitch.
This is the knife in question that was thrown. And it's been sitting in the road ever since. And no one noticed it. And I think so, because if you look at the handle of the knife, there is a small like rock embedded into it, like it gotten run over by cars a couple times. So I'm thinking it was just in the road and some kid found it and was like, I'm going to shove this in a tree because I'm badass. Like that's the
Singing
only...
the Space Jam song in his head.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing I can explain. Like Knize has the picture zoomed in. Like if you look near the bottom, you see like a little white dot. Like that was like a little rock embedded in the handle.
Sure, that's not a custom
Right.
jeweled.
Inlay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes yeah, you're probably right, because realistically, you're not going to throw that knife and get
No.
it into the tree.
No, because
What-
that's like a dollar store steak knife.
Maybe they just
Right.
put a jewel on it for every body.
Maybe.
Just trophies.
What I'd like to
Yes.
point out in this picture is all these woods back here in the top right-hand corner.
Those are just big trees.
He said, it looks like places to put skunk bodies to me. There's-
That is a field owned by the city, and then immediately through that little row of trees is a car dealership.
well, yeah, but if the animal dies, isn't that the city's
Yeah, a
responsibility?
field-
Yeah,
So
that's why I
should
threw it
go
in the
city.
street.
A field owned by the city is the perfect place to dispose of a possum carcass.
Body?
No, you just throw it in the street. They'll take care of it.
They didn't, Kelly. We all remember
they
the story.
Yeah, because
Oh,
they're
just
like,
wait.
no, we don't own the street. That's another jurisdiction.
Really nice tree, though.
Yeah, no, it's a solid tree.
What a lovely little neighborhood. That grass looks real lush.
Oh no, our grass fucking sucks.
Oh.
That's the best picture. That's the best our grass has ever looked. Like
Well,
it
Yeah, because they
Normally-
saw somebody walking around stabbing shit with a tree, and they're like, all right, we'll get our shit straight.
All right.
Yeah.
Bro.
Let's see if we can triangulate what Kelly's address is by looking at clues from this picture. And see.
Oh no, I've doxed myself.
We all just assumed the knife in the tree was a message from the squirrels.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good guess.
I said, we heard you talking.
I could actually see the squirrels throwing the knife at the tree and then using the knife as like a little springboard.
Well, I think we all
Ooh.
know that that's bullshit. Like, if scrolls are going to throw anything, it's going to be throwing stars. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So let's just set the fucking record straight right now.
Come on. You've never seen a squirrel with a steak knife. Come on. What are they going to use a steak knife for? Throwing stars. So many applications.
Well, then you get a hawk to throw the knife, and then
Yeah,
the
there you
squirrel jumps off the knife like it's a diving board.
A fucking triple gainer right into Kelly's act.
The whole time the squirrel's like, come on and jam, you know.
We got a real thing going out.
Fucking this. Good time. What a time to be alive, guys.
Yep.
Jesus. Whew. What do you
Space
got for class
Jam,
this week?
knives and trees, dogs and cats living together.
Mass hysteria.
Pandemonium.
Space Jam 3, Knives Out edition.
Oh my god.
Is that a Warner property?
I would love to see like Knives Out, but with the Looney Tunes.
Right?
Imagine if someone at
I'm trying
Warner.
to solve a mystery, but my donut hole's got another hole in it. Jimmy Sam trying to solve the crime.
Imagine if at Warner Brothers they realized they could do things with the Looney Tunes that don't involve basketball.
That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
Pretty
They
wild.
did that Brendan Fraser movie.
Lee, that was 17 years ago.
Yeah, but yeah. What if we
but it
do
was more recent than Space Jam? Like, I don't know. Like,
bring your monster franchise together, but have like the Looney Tunes going for them?
Oh, instead of 21 Jump Street, the Looney Tunes meet the Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
fuck yeah. Yeah, but it's like Bugs Bunny and like the shitty mummy from the Tom Cruise movie.
Oh my god! All right, so for a classic,
She's all like, "Come on, and John."
for the classic this week, since after the
What's
break,
up on a classic?
we're going to be talking about Loki, since Loki wrapped up this past week.
Yeah.
I went back to Popcast number 424. This was actually before we started doing top 6 as a regular thing, and I had saw on Twitter someone talking about their top 5 MCU villains. So we all real quickly rank our top 5 MCU villains. I wonder if Loki's going to be in there.
Ooh. Find out. We'll all find that together. All right. Enjoy this. Love you. See you in a minute. Bye.
Enjoy the refreshing taste of an ice-cold Popcast classic. I forget who it was. Somebody was tweeting about their top 5 MCU villains.
I saw some of that going around. Yeah.
So what do you got? What do you got?
All right,
I'll give you mine. If you want to do some quick notes.
Number 1, Mickey Rourke.
Number 1, fucking Thanos. Like that. There's no other choice for me at this point. Then I've got Loki because just one of the first and longevity, and people fucking love Loki. Loki's amazing. I was between either Kingpin or Kilgrave. I was like, I'm gonna let one Netflix villain on here, and I went with Kilgrave. Then I got Winter Soldier, badass villain who turns hero, but he was hardcore.
Sure.
Fucking hardcore. Like, and part of one of the reasons that movie's great is his villain turn. And then fuck it, number 5, I put Ronin. Because as I discussed on Twitter with Kristen Allen, he is Space Bin Laden. And fucking he looks cool.
You got straight up a Space Bin Laden. You were not wrong.
Good performance, looks cool, Space Bin Laden, fucking top 5. So what do you guys got?
Oh, see, I got confused and was thinking the ninja from New Avengers.
Yeah.
And I was like, what was he in? I don't remember this at all.
I'm gonna say okay. I'm gonna go number 1 is Kilgrave.
Ooh, I could see.
Maybe just because we're watching Jessica Jones right now, but he's so goddamn good in it. He's so good.
It's fresh, and it's fresh.
And he's so just gross and but gross in a way that he doesn't know how fucking gross he is, and that makes it so much better. Like, I don't know. He's great. I'm gonna go Thanos, close to number 2. I'm gonna go number 2 Thanos. I'll say Kingpin for 3. Go Fisk and go. We'll double down on the Netflix guys.
Maybe after Avengers 4, could you see Thanos taking the top spot, or you?
Quite possibly. And then I'm gonna throw a dark horse in there. I'm gonna say Justin fucking Hammer. Because Sam Rockwell is a goddamn delight in Iron Man 2.
Yeah, why not?
He's just he's uncool Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Does all the same shit, but just kind of sucks. And that's kind of great. And then I'll say Killmonger for 5. Because he's right.
Thanos was right.
Maybe less right than Killmonger, but not super wrong.
Okay, I can agree with that. What you got, Kelly?
All right, let's go Thanos, Purple Man,
Love it.
fuck it, Mickey Rourke,
Once and
Killmonger, and Ego.
Oh, I love Ego.
Ego is a good one.
Yeah. Ego is more just like a great Kurt Russell performance.
Realistically, Ego should be above Mickey Rourke, but whatever.
This is a shoot.
This this is a shoot.
What you got, Jose?
I'm gonna go Thanos, Kingpin. I don't even consider Loki a bad guy anymore.
No,
Not
I
any-
really don't either.
Not anymore, but he was.
Yeah, but if you're talking top 10 villains, they're still a villain. How can you be a top villain if the past like 5 movies you've been the good guy? He's only been the villain in 1 movie.
Because it's my list.
You're not my fucking supervisor.
He was the villain in 2 different movies, in the original Thor and in Avengers. He was the villain in Avengers.
Well, yeah, that was like fucking 20 years ago. He's been a good guy for the past 15.
I don't know about a good guy. Maybe an anti-hero.
Are the good guys trying to punch him?
Well, no. Not anymore.
Wow. Some of them
Fuck, that is some rock solid ironclad Jose logic.
Yeah. Nailed it.
That is all you gotta ask.
If
Be like,
you're,
"This guy a villain?"
you're standing in the room with the good guys and they are not trying to punch you anymore, you're a good guy. That's what it comes down to. Because there ain't no way a bad guy is standing in the room full of nothing but Avengers and good guys and nobody beats the shit out of him. It's behind closed doors. They can do whatever they want. Everybody looking.
So did we finish your list, or are you just picking apart my list now?
I wasn't picking it apart. I'm just saying.
He says after picking it.
I'm not even on the list, is what I'm saying.
Fine. Have your list.
Thanos, Kingpin, Purple Man. Because if you go the Loki logic, Winter Soldier has to be on there.
Winter Soldier has to be on where?
On the villains list.
He's on my list.
He was on the villain list.
He said that.
We had a long discussion about he was one of the reasons that movie was so good.
Oh, I missed that. I agree with you on that part. Yeah, he's the best part of that movie. So then Winter Soldier and then fucking
Give us a wild card.
ooh.
Fucking Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Turk.
Fuck yeah, Turk.
That's actually a good one. That's a really good
Because
one.
whenever you see Turk, you're just delighted because you're like, oh shit, Turk.
Turk's-
And who's gonna beat the shit out of him?
You know what he's not doing? Standing around a room of a bunch of good guys and not getting punched.
Yeah, if he's
Yeah.
in a room with good guys, somebody's
punched.
punching him. If there's any motherfucker who's getting punched in a room full of good guys, it's
Like-
Turk.
He says, "Oh damn,
I feel bad. We should have given Vulture some love, man.
Vulture."
Oh, yeah.
shit.
That's right.
Yes.
Vulture was on my long list.
Vulture's on that list. Okay, Turk gets bumped because Turk was a wild card, but like a badass Vulture. I put Vulture. Oof.
Hey man, Vulture's just doing it for his family. He's just trying to get
Thanos, Vulture, Kingpin, Purple Man,
paid. Turk.
Solid.
I'm gonna take Winter Soldier off my list because I'm not putting Loki. Because both of those, if I'm not putting Loki, I can't put Winter Soldier.
You didn't have to put either of those. You could put whoever you want on your list.
Wait, what I'm just saying though,
He's gonna follow his
those
own
two
rules
were
as the man
amazing
of honor.
villains, and they should be on the top villains list if they were still villains. Once they make that turn, or they're one of them's are when they're both Skrulls or whatever the fuck these green people do on their off time.
So, would you put Darth Vader on a greatest villains list? Not an MCU, but just greatest of all time.
Yes, because he He
would
was-
Darth
how
Vader
many-
get punched by a good guy right now?
But he was a good guy for like 7 minutes.
no. If Darth Vader walked into the room, he's getting punched. Now, if Blue
Ghost Anakin Skywalker. Ghost Hayden
if he shows
Christensen.
up as Anakin, then all debts are absolved with Ghost Anakin. But if he shows up as Ghost Vader, that means there's still some shit going on.
Yeah, getting fucked up.
Yeah, it's a trap. Ghost Vader is a trap. I'll put it that way.
Solid. I like it. I like it.
Well, that was a fun exercise.
I like it.
So are we putting Darth Vader on this list then? Because with the Infinity Gauntlet, anything's possible.
It's true. It's true.
Thanos just has a rockin' like Kenner Star Wars collection, beginning of Avengers 4.
They're going to say, fuck it. We don't even need X-Men anymore. Vader. We pull him in before he turns bad, and now he's good guy Vader.
I mean, we joke, but Patton Oswalt did do that whole filibuster for Parks and Rec about the Marvel Studios, X-Men, and Star Wars universes coming together because of the Infinity Gauntlet. And, like, really, like, I wouldn't put it past anyone right now.
Mm-hmm.
But what's weird is, if you think about it, they've referenced Star Wars in the MCU movies, like the movies, because Spider-Man talks about Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
There's been other moments where Star Wars exists. Oh, fucking Steve Rogers' notepad.
They build the Death Star on...
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yes.
Peter and Ned built the Lego Death Star.
So Star Wars as a pop culture property exists in the MCU, so it wouldn't only be interdimensional, inter-reality merging, but it would
holy
be...
fuck, it's Darth Vader.
Holy shit, I know all of these characters because I have the toys of them.
Fucked up.
Nothing quenches your thirst quite like a Popcast classic.
Man, those Netflix shows are so far removed at this point, you fucking forget how good Kilgrave and Kingpin were.
Yeah.
Damn good.
When Lee cut to me, like I pulled the mic close to answer, and I was like, oh, God damn it.
Fucking love
Adorable.
it. Good shit. So yeah, so Loki's done. And it was real good, you guys.
Yeah,
It
I
was
really,
real
I enjoyed it.
Yep.
The ending
sure.
was cool for me, but I have no idea who he was, so it wasn't like dun dun dun. But I really, it's fucking sweet.
I
So do you still not know who he was?
I have heard of the character, but like I don't know anything about him as a villain, as a character. I've done a little more research now, but I
Okay,
didn't
okay.
And
know.
obviously, everyone's
going in.
spoilers will come.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
if you
okay.
haven't seen Loki yet and you want to,
Okay. I
jump out
I
now.
wasn't pulling triggers yet, but if
Yeah.
we
yeah,
pulling
no,
triggers.
we're putting the warning in.
Okay.
So here it is. If you continue to listen and
It's
then you
on
get
you.
mad at us, it's on you.
Because we told
Right
you to
there.
stop.
And the fucking name. Yeah, it's funny because I was talking to Goat about it this weekend and about how like I didn't like it. It kind of seemed like it was going to be like Loki Quantum Leap at the beginning,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what they it looked like it was going to be. And then he said he feels like that's what it was going to be. Like that was the whole plan. And then COVID happened and shit went wild, and so he thinks they kind of reworked the whole show into what it is now. But they had already shot the Loki as DB Cooper scene, so they're like, "Fuck, I guess we gotta put it in here for some reason." Yeah,
Yeah.
Just put the money on it. Fucking figure it out.
Yeah, that makes sense because I feel like the last episode they did a lot of just here's a bunch of dump to make this all explain.
Yeah.
Make this all makes sense.
I really didn't mind all the dump
No.
because I don't know. I thought it was riveting, man. Just the three of them sitting in a room alone for the most part of the episode. I thought it was really fucking rad. I liked it a lot. It was
But also,
tense.
he's been alone at the end of time for who knows. So, like, he's gonna ramble. Like, he's been looking forward to somebody to talk to, and he's seen everything. He's seen all of time. So, yeah, he's gonna be a little wordy. He's gonna send you through a few stories and some logic loops and get a little wild.
Also, he's going to play more versions of that. So you got to have something like completely opposite of what you're going to see next.
Yeah, I dug a lot, man. That guy though, man. His name fucking Jonathan. Shit, what's his name? Jonathan Majors. He plays the man who would be Kang. I saw him in Lovecraft Country on HBO. He's fucking real good. He got chops, man. He got real chops. So I'm very interested to see, because like Ant-Man and the Wasp is supposed to come out in like 2023.
Is it?
And like, I think so. And like that's when, you know, Kang's movie is, whatever the fuck. But like,
You're fucking right.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's like the
in all of them. Maybe like
if he's the new Thanos. You know what I mean? Like how they were kind of teasing Thanos for like years, and then you finally got the big Thanos reveal.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised if everyone, especially coming up, because if all these rumors are true about the Spider-Man movie have multiverse shit, and we know the Doctor Strange movie does for sure. Like if different Kangs, kind of fucking pepper in all these damn pictures.
Yeah.
Like it really could work.
And he could play each one completely different.
Yeah.
Because I love his logic. He's like, hey, if you take me out, like you don't know who might end up in this chair that's a different version of me, and you might not like it. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I was of the same opinion that I thought it was going to be Loki Quantum Leap, and then it turned into Loki Doctor Who. But I don't know if that's something that they would have switched up because of COVID, because it does link so much to the multiverse.
Really, really well. Like it does it so well that I don't know that I believe it, that it was a midstream change or whatever, because it fits so well and works so well. But it does sort of make the DB Cooper scene, even existing, make sense a little more than it does.
Well, yeah, I mean, they trotted that out in the first episode as just kind of like a flashback of, hey, we've watched your entire life.
We're lolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it was just going to be a series of wacky Loki time travel hijinks where he becomes various people in history.
Well, yeah, because in the trailers that we saw, it was Loki as DB Cooper, it was President Loki, and shit like that, which implied, it's going to be Loki jumping through time, trying to avoid the TVA, whoever's after him with the Tesseract, and he's just fucking shit up along the way. But that's not to say that. That's not to say that what they did was not infinitely better than that. Like
there is a part of me though that's kind of bummed we didn't get more of that. Because I did like that first episode, I think probably the most of the series.
Yeah, because there was also the concept art of him in like 1970s New York, just kind of hanging out.
But again, that could be part of the season 2.
I did love...
Because didn't they plan it as just one big season? And then COVID cut it in half or something?
The bit... Was it episode 1 or episode 2 where they went to Pompeii and he's just like, nothing matters.
Yeah, I think that was episode 2.
Here.
Fuck all y'all, you gotta turn to ash. I would have to rewatch it to confirm my thoughts, but I feel like each episode wasn't as cliffhangery as like a WandaVision or even Falcon and Winter Soldier was. It just kind of it felt more like a movie divided into 6 parts. And
I feel like halfway through it became cliffhangery. Like episodes 4, 5, and 6, or well, 4 and 5, I should say, had cliffhangeries. Well, and 6 too, but But also, I don't think it necessarily needed to be cliffhangery, just because it's just it's so different and weird. They created this.
Liked it.
I mean, the TVA exists in the comics, but they created this whole world just for this fucking Loki show.
Yeah. It's very impressive, just aesthetically.
Yeah, aesthetically.
Yeah, but of course, now with all these Disney Plus shows, though, you never know how much of that is shit that they built and how much is that crazy, like,
the volume.
living green screen thing they have.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nuts.
aesthetically, it's great. I think the standout of the whole show for me was the music.
Yeah. Yeah, it's some good shit. The
But-
score, it was very like a Dario Argento movie kind of.
I could see that.
Like a lot of dongs and
Yeah.
like kind of that creepy kind of music. That's pretty cool.
I, after watching and enjoying Loki, I'm like, I mean, is Doctor Who like good? Should I watch Doctor Who?
That's the thing. It reminded me of when I liked Doctor Who. Like, there is a good bunch of years there of Doctor Who that is really good and very much felt like this. Like, this felt like if someone merged Doctor Who and Hannibal together.
Okay.
All right.
And yeah,
the anti-hero.
Yeah. Yeah, it really reminded me of the good years of Doctor Who. And it made me miss it, because, man, Doctor Who hasn't been good for a while.
I like how, in the end, they kind of explained why they were pruning all these other timelines, because, he's got to keep it on the straight and narrow, otherwise we'll have a fucking multiverse war and all that, because as the show's going on, and they're pruning these other Lokis or other characters.
The fucking nightmares that await them, you're like, Jesus.
But it's also like, why would this other timeline, shouldn't this timeline not have, the timeline with fucking Crocodile Loki and Throg, like, why does that timeline exist? Why does classic Loki exist? Why would you have to wait until they go off of the preconceived timeline before you prune them? Aren't they?
Yeah, there are bits in there where I'm like, that's not how a multiverse works.
Right. Like, so the logic behind the TVA is all the
you have to wait until, cause like Loki, old Loki exists, classic Loki exists because Thanos didn't kill him, but everyone thought that he did, right? And so long as he was fucking off on his own little, quiet solitude planet, not affecting anything else, he was cool.
It's once he came back.
Yeah, once he starts to make moves towards coming back into the timeline, that's when it diverged enough that they had to prune it.
So is the logic that no matter what the timeline is, whether it be Kid Loki, Alligator Loki, Classic Loki, regular Loki, they all have to
Follow
essentially
a certain chain of events.
betray Thor and get killed by Thanos?
For Loki, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, like, and if they don't, that causes enough of a variation that they have to get pruned out. Which is the same for, I guess, anybody. So, like, that poor fucker that gets, murderlated when Loki first shows up to the TVA, like, what did you not take your fucking DVD back to Blockbuster on time? Like, what the hell happened to you, bro?
But what's the point of different timelines and a multiverse if they're all following the same events,
Well, that's exactly it. Like, that's how there is still a universe and not a multiverse, because they kept printing them when shit would go off the rails to keep everything going the way that it's supposed to. And now that, King or not King, whatever the fuck, now that he's gone, and that's not happening anymore, that's when we're going to get our multiverse. It's dumb logic, but I kind of dug it.
But didn't we already get the multiverse with fucking Avengers, with the Endgame?
Nope, because Steve went back and put the stones back where they belong.
Right.
Everything's cool.
Which we're going to find out that was not the case. That is,
yeah,
everything is not cool.
Right.
And what they didn't ever go back to was, remember when Lady Loki dropped all those fucking purple things in the things?
Purple things in the things at the
when they went to the tsunami in the shopping store where she kept jumping from body to body, but she did like the countdown, and then
it caused a bunch of Nexus
all those
events.
time things.
Yeah, they were time bombs essentially. I think they probably just kind of explained it away as the TVA ran around and pruned all those timelines. But yeah, we didn't really linger on that much.
Yeah.
But then
we haven't seen what affects those, whatever she did. I still don't really know exactly what she did. You know what I mean?
think with it being in the apocalypse, it didn't really matter.
Yeah, but it's where she sent them.
well, yeah,
She
I see
did
what you're
that
saying.
in the
Yeah, I gotcha.
apocalypse so they couldn't find her,
I see what you're saying.
but
yeah.
she sent that into places that whatever
Wherever,
she sent
right.
shouldn't have been.
But if you remember when that happened, they cut to the TVA and you see the timeline start to branch off here and there. So, they start losing their mind. And then in the final episode, they kill He Who Remains, and then that shit just goes wild. So
Yeah.
whatever they did to fix what Sylvie did,
So maybe she was
didn't
doing
matter.
that to keep them running in circles.
That's
while
a
she made
distraction.
her
maybe,
next
yeah,
move.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
The decoy, like, holy shit, what did she do? What did she do? And all she did was sent like fucking boxes of candy.
One of them landed in Tobey Maguire's lap. Like,
Kablooey.
what's this, guys?
It fucking hits him in the face as he's walking down the street pointing at people.
How wild is it that
Yeah.
we got to watch Black Widow at home and then the final episode of a Loki Disney Plus series in the same
It's
week?
so crazy.
What a world.
It's fucking nuts. I'm into it. I like it. I like how tight and focused everything seems to be in this kind of this next little phase of theirs. I think it's almost like they have a good guiding vision behind it all or something.
The more and more these Disney Plus shows go on, the more I think they're debunking Mahoney's theory that they're not going to matter. Because
They're gonna matter.
this is
Yeah, for sure.
clearly going to matter.
Yeah, I think it's all gonna matter. Like Feige came out not long after. I think it might have been when Black Widow or when WandaVision finished, and he was like, "Hey, Mahoney, eat shit. They all matter." And I was like, "Ah, that was really aggressive, Kevin." It was like, now I'm into it, and it's really funny because of course, come Thursday, it was all, fucking Tom Hiddleston's got to be in the Doctor Strange movie as Loki. And it's like, all right. No one knows that. I'm not clicking your fucking headline. No one has said that. You're just putting it up there, so I'll click your fucking headline. Like, eat shit.
Juggalo John has 2 comments in the chat. One of them was, still not sure why Sylvie was female. How did that timeline come about? Juggalo John, there was a Loki who was an alligator. It doesn't matter if it was male or female. And also, fucking, it's 2021. Gender is fluid,
I mean,
I
and
love-
Loki was a lady in the comics like 10 years ago.
I love fucking when Mobius gives Loki shit. It's like, you fell in love with a version of yourself. What kind of a narcissistic piece of shit are you?
Hell yeah, that's so hot. Imagine there is whatever gender you're attracted to. Imagine there was a version of you of that gender. Like, come on.
Yes, thank you. Let's go.
I'd eat my pussy.
Mark
Put
it.
that in the intro.
That was clean as fuck.
Yep.
For how
Same.
dirty it was clean as fuck.
Save that one for Mahoney.
I am so sad Mahoney's not here to talk about this.
I'd eat me.
Mahoney still hasn't seen Black Widow yet. Leave him alone.
It's true. And then
Get in the shower.
Juggalo John also comments that the time bombs at the Rocks cart, it was to get people out of the TVA so that she could get into it.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
Okay. So then, yeah, it was a diversion.
Mhm.
She made that where it was so much, you all hands on deck, everyone get the fuck out.
Exactly.
Leaves the TVA vulnerable. Okay. I'm
So
back.
what do the time bombs do? They like erase the timeline?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Then why do you even need to prune people? Just pop that shit down and take off.
Just pop that shirt and be done with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they do when that's how they do it. When they prune a person, they put the little bomb off and it like resets that area.
Well, yeah, but if you're going to do that, then just stop trying to prune them. Just drop the bomb where they're at
Yeah.
and just be done with everything. Why are you adding a step, or is that just because it's a union job?
That's real.
Well, and it
No,
turns
no,
out
don't touch that bomb.
it turns out that it was just all a show. It was all theater.
Oh, never mind.
They just like stabbing people and watching them disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like
Instead
I mean,
of
they
just-
they think they're doing good.
Because they could have
But they
just came in, dropped the bomb, and bounced.
Like I don't. I want to.
But I guess they want to make sure that they specifically handle the reason
Yeah.
why we have to get rid of this world. Is
Well, and then
this-
they also want to abduct them so they can be their
make more agents, right?
soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We need somebody to
Renslayer
clean the
is still out
toilets.
there doing something. We're gonna have a bunch of Kangs. Sylvie's at the end of time doing God knows what. And I felt so bad for Loki when he gets back to the TVA, but he's in another fucking timeline and nobody knows him. It's like shit. That's poor
Yeah,
bastards to start all over again. It's like fuck.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got dropped in like right now. He is in the universe with the worst king.
Yeah, where the Kang wears those clothes in the
Yeah.
on the statue.
Oh,
there's a
interesting.
shitty
He's like
Kang there.
he's in straight up Kang Town.
I thought it was kind of they killed He Who Remains, and then that kind of changed things back at the TVA. But that makes much more sense now that it's a different version of that timeline.
Yeah.
Because she just pushed him in. But like
Yeah. Well, I think you
nobody
could
knows
also
where.
see it as, they killed that Loki, or not that Loki, that Kang, and then real Kang already usurped the position, but because of time travel and shit, it didn't take any time at all on Loki's end for it to take effect.
But also, like, he didn't take over the time. It's like he's running the TVA
Yeah.
out in the open. Like
Yeah,
there is
no,
there is no that Kang isn't sitting at the end of the time trying to run that shit. He's
Yeah.
like, no, TVA.
But
is
that's what I'm
fine.
saying. Like, also, if he came in and like, all right, cool, I'm taking over now. Loki getting pushed into that thing, the effects would be immediate. So
Right.
for all he knows, there is an entire multiversal war that happened in the span between when he was in the end of time and he got pushed through that door.
It's such delightful comic book bullshit.
Now, see, I don't know if when Jonathan Majors was revealed, I recognized him as, oh, hey, that's the guy from Lovecraft Country who they cast to be Kang in Ant-Man and Wasp. So I know that's Kang or a version of Kang. But if I didn't know that, I don't think anything that he would have said would have tipped me off to that. But he does
And
say
I think
Conqueror
that's
a few
okay.
times. Yeah.
The color scheme was very Kang, though.
True. Yeah.
Well, it's but to a normie, they don't know who
Right.
he is.
Mm-hmm.
No, all they know is that they've been, watching this, time travel show, and they should know enough to know what a multiverse is to know what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to know his name is Kang or
Yeah.
shit about Kang to really, I think, make it work.
And I wonder if they even noticed the clothes change on the statue.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Because honestly, if I didn't recognize that that's Kang's costume, I probably wouldn't have noticed.
Right. You guys see the Adam and Eve, like, kind of correlation theory or whatever?
What the
No, go
apple?
on.
Loki and Lady Loki represent Adam and Eve and the choice. That's why he's got the apple. Is like, here's all the knowledge. Now it's up to you. What are you gonna do? You have the choice. You can bite the apple and kill me, but you're not gonna like what happens after. Or we can pretend this never happened. You guys go continue living your life with whatever the fuck you wanted. And just let me do my thing and make sure fucking Krang don't come at you.
I kind of hope that's not what they're going for, because that's some real, look, women fuck this up for everyone shit.
Yeah, I bet Alligator Loki wouldn't have stabbed him, know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he just would have bit his hand off and said, all right, we're even them out.
I love how much that President Loki is in all the marketing and shit. And he just shows up for like 2 minutes to get his hand bitten off by an alligator.
That sequence is really good though, because that's a really there's a couple of really quiet bits in the show that I really like. I like the performance where, Kang realizes that, oh shit, we're in uncharted territory now. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I don't know what's going on there. I like that little bit, and then I love the bit in that scene with President Loki, where you just see on Prime Loki's face is like, fuck, man. It's like, is this really what I'm like? Like, is this what fucking everybody else thinks about me? I am exhausting. It's so fucking great.
This one's much less fuckable than the other one.
God.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
I didn't care much for the dude they have playing Kang. I hope he brings a different approach to the other Kangs.
Well, I mean,
but like in the beginning, it was odd to me because of how kind of over the top, and it was like weird, and it just looks like it's going to be just an episode of this. Like it's just going to be him being a little quirky and talking. But then I was like, okay, well, the next time we see him, he is not going to be this guy,
right?
Yeah, and
so they want to give you, like the quirkiest thing. So when we see Evil Kang, it's like, I would rather have put up with fucking Steve Urkel than Candyman.
Yeah.
Well, and
because there was parts during his monologues where I'm just like, fucking get on with it.
Well, it was like he would do like a weird voice sometimes too. He would go in and out of it. But I look at it this way: he's at the end of time. He's been alone for so long. Imagine you've gone 3 days with no sleep, and then you just pounded a bunch of Red Bulls. Like,
he's gonna be quirky. He's
you
like,
would be talking like him. Yeah.
Now you got company.
Yeah.
Well, especially he knows that. We're about to get to the point where I don't know what's going on. Like he's excited. They don't know why yet. But yeah, I think next time we see him, he's gonna be fucking like, fuck you, dead.
He's going to be able to make all kinds of interesting character choices because he's going to be at least 5 Kangs before this is over.
I wouldn't be surprised if, like Lee was saying earlier with like the Thanos thing, like he'll probably be in all of these movies in some capacity.
People are going to lose their minds when he's young Iron Man.
Well,
see, that's when I thought of too. I thought of like, because bringing Kang in is just another fucking Young Avengers character. Like there's so many of them now.
Well, there's also he's a descendant of Reed Richards, so there's the Fantastic Four connection. Obviously, he's a Fantastic Four villain, but also does that also imply that they're going to make the Fantastic Four brown? Because that has been rumored too. And I mean, it's Kang, so there's so much time travel involved. Like there just needs to be somebody just needs to want a little cream in their coffee at some point. It doesn't need to be, directly Reed Richards and Invisible Woman, but
yeah, because I think there's a real good chance next time we see Kang, he'll be purple or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to at least give us the comic book version at least once.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I do love how brilliantly this trend of fitting in the original costumes and making it work perfectly.
Oh, like classic Loki?
Yeah, like the same thing with WandaVision. Like Loki was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
When they did the Halloween episode and everybody was dressed up like their comic book character. Like that was brilliant. It looked corny because it was supposed to. It was a Halloween costume. That was the point. Fucking and also I love with Loki the trend of that, just do it. Go do something cool.
Mm-hmm.
And just allowing them to test doing some weird shit with the Disney Plus that you don't have like the box office lingering over you. You know what I mean? Where they won't let you take as many chances because they just want to make their money back. I dig it.
Very exciting stuff. So fucking what's next? It's
What If?
He's next? Is that right? Or is it? Oh, is it What If? What If is next?
What If is August.
Which I watched that fucking trailer. That looks badass. That was the first time I've seen anything on it. I'm in on that. That looks pretty cool.
It's what
I'm
if
still
then
disappointed that they
Shang-Chi.
didn't change up the art style in that series.
Yeah, like each version.
Every episode should look different.
Yeah, I said like Animatrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit, like the fucking Star Wars anime they're doing.
Right.
Like they're
Right.
doing a project right now that should have that same approach.
Yeah, they definitely should have done that. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
And like I don't know, the art style they went with, everything's real dark. Like it's just a really dark show.
Dork.
So like I don't know. The trailer looked cool, but just the animation I'm kind of down on.
It'll take some getting used to, I'm sure.
Especially like I think what bummed me out even more about it is the cool animated sequences we got in Loki.
Right.
Yeah, like
the
use
TVA
that
stuff.
classic style.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that looked fucking great. Do that.
I was looking for clips to use for the intro for the show today, and I was watching the initial Miss Minutes like orientation video, and like right there in the video, she's talking about, oh yeah, you know, at one point all the timelines were all over the fucking place. There was a goddamn multiverse war going on, and then the timekeepers had to put that shit on lock and straighten everything out. And it's like, oh, okay, so this was
Right at the
all
beginning,
for
we
real.
told you.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
with this, what if the movie actors did the voices?
Some
A
in some
lot
cases,
of the times, yeah.
So is this OG Black Panther, or is this technically the first time somebody else is playing?
It is
that-
Chadwick Boseman. He recorded it before he
was
died.
able to do
Yeah.
it. Okay, that's
Yeah, I think it might be his last performance.
Ooh.
Yeah, no Downey and no Evans, but I
Okay.
think the rest of them are in it. I think.
Yeah, they were both like, we said we're done. Let us take a fucking break.
Well, speaking of, Jose, you brought up a interesting point the other day. You know, we just watched Black Widow, but she's dead in this universe. But multiverse fucking Black Widow could come out of nowhere, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And like, she's bad. She don't know nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like she never got the Avengers family, so she's just real.
Yeah, she
never
stayed
left
with
the Red Room.
Yeah. Like maybe she's running the Red Room.
Right, like Melania.
Yeah, she killed in that universe, she did kill both and never turned, you know what I mean? Never went back. She filled the void of them being gone and ran it more fair, you know what I mean? Like she wasn't brainwashing. She was like, "You want to be a badass bitch and come kill people with me? Let's do it." Fucking pulls a Hollywood Hogan. Leg drops her sister. She goes in for the hug and just gets leg dropped. Fucking Avengers throwing garbage in the house.
Nah, I'm into it, man, and it really kind of sets the stage for literally anything. Very exciting.
Yeah, and what a perfect.
They look like they don't give a fuck, and they're down to do literally anything.
I wonder if they had to kind of speed up the plan on multiverse stuff because of them getting back the X-Men and Fantastic Four and all that, because you have to assume that that's going to be the reasoning for all this finally coming together.
Right, because then they can kind of create, okay, how can we do this how we want to do it and just make it make sense real easy. Bam, multiverse gives us a nice reset. We can do whatever the fuck we want and follow whatever canon we feel like, because multiverse.
Right,
fuck
because you could also
want.
be like, hey, in this multiverse, in this universe, you know, the X-Men existed for forever. You know, Wolverine and Captain America fought side by side in World War II. You know, you could throw in a little flashback if you wanted to.
Yep. You got fucking Jared Keeso playing Wolverine.
Hell yeah. You don't have to have it be like, who are these people? What are mutants? It's like, oh, what's up, Steve? What's up, bro? We're old friends. Even though it wouldn't be Steve because he's gone. But they're come on. They're gonna have Captain America and Wolverine on screen at some point. You can't not have that happen.
Yeah, you've got to.
Yeah, that might be the first. Captain America might be the first recasting.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe they'll just back a dump truck full of money up to Stevens' house.
For
and they're
real,
like,
like you just have to be Captain America once every 10 years or so, Christopher.
That's more time than most people get to be Captain America in a lifetime. Don't be rude.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I love how every single
Yeah,
one of these
pretty
shows
good.
so far has been just wildly different as far as tone and style and
Yeah, there's no like cookie cutter. This is what the shows are.
yeah, because I can understand the criticism of Marvel movies where they have their beats that they have to hit every time, and a lot of them look the same and have the same tone. So it's nice to see them branching off, as if they haven't been in the movies already.
Right. It's good shit. All right. Before we move on and talk comic, get the fuck out of here. We have a very special announcement.
Yeah, just
You hit it, Jason.
as the podcast was going tonight, got this audio file from our good buddy Zero. So we are hearing it for the first time as you are all hearing it. So hopefully it's good.
Let's see.
Bringing back the Disney versus Warner Brothers rivalry just in time for the summer games. As always, sign-ups and instructions are open right now at pop.atzinc.org. That's pop.atzinc.org.
All right.
Fuck yeah, on that song choice. I love that song.
It's funny. I was watching Space Jam, and I was 100% thinking about the Disney versus Warner Brothers season that we did. Because you're watching that movie, and it's like, oh man, Disney could fuck their shit up.
What is that song that he used? Because I only know it
That
as
was
the song.
Days My Enemy by Prodigy. It's
Okay.
the Jessica Jones trailer.
Okay, because I only know it as the song that Joe Gacy used as his entrance music in CZW.
Okay. Well, yeah, because the first time I kind of heard it was the Jessica Jones trailer. They used that rolling in. And I was like, ooh, I fucking love that shit.
So yeah, it looks like same old as far as the pop actual fantasy sports go. We're doing the summer games this time. So as of right now, drafting is open. So you can go in there and draft your team, pop.atzinc.org. And then next week we'll go over all the teams that were submitted. And then week after that, we're going to start competing. And this will go until the last week of August. We'll have our finals. Oh, and we're also going to have a week break in mid-August. So the Popcast of the 17th will be taken off, but we'll still be able to get in all of our Pop Actual Fantasy Sports in the month of August.
Yep.
Taking time off to pop our shirts.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. Right. So it's 2 games per week. Each game is a different set of games. Each week's episode of games, rather. The next set of games are not revealed until the current set is over. So this is summer games. You pick 3 Disney-owned property characters or a 3 Warner Brothers property characters. So you got to pick a team. So it's good shit. Good stuff. I love it. All right. So we'll do that. Draft those. Get your picks in at pop.atzinc.org. And let's talk about comic books. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm quite keen on comic books, especially the ones about superheroes.
Yay! So, what do you think, Kelly? I'm thinking in these Power Ranger comics, they're going to tell us that Zed was one of Zordon's buddies back in the day, right? Gotta be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking wild. Because they're doing that thing where, like, you can kind of read the books, after you alternate them back and forth, and they're telling, flashbacks from one part or building into flashbacks or shit that's happening in the other one. It's very well scripted, very well paced. It's great. So, yeah, Zed's going to be one of Zordon's boys who loses his skin. Like, for sure. And I'm fucking here for it. I love it. Love it. All the stuff with their buddy being the new Green Ranger, and fucking Zordon trying to kick Billy out of the club for helping make him is really shitty. Like, Zordon's kind of an asshole in this, and I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Sort of, give him some characterization and real personality as opposed to just being the head in the tube.
And then I like his friend shows up and busts his balls.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's really, really good shit. It's very good. What else? The Sinister War started. Fucking finally.
Stegron's in it, so it's already 5 stars.
Yep. Stegron's in it. It's really good. Mark Bagley draws it, so that's another really high mark for it. Because talk about a guy who's just meant to draw Spider-Man comics. Jesus Christ! Like, his Peter Parker, I think, is my all-time favorite Peter Parker. Like, it's the one when you close your eyes. Oh, what's Peter Parker look like? Oh, he looks like Mark Bagley draws him. That's what he looks like. It's just. I know this is like shaping up to be sort of like the swan song for Nick Spencer, but you forget how many wild ass stories that he's done. Because to me, Spencer's run has been wildly inconsistent. Like, some of it's been really good, some of it's been really, really boring and plotting, and then it'll be good again, and then it'll be like, ugh, and then it'll be good again. Like, it's all over the fucking place.
Like, the Craven story was rad.
Yeah, like, there was some really good stuff in here, but then every time they talk about Peter's fucking school buddy who made the thing that lets him see the future, like, I wanted to beat my head on the table. Like, it's uninteresting and boring as shit. And, like,
I was not into this chameleon conspiracy story at all.
And it was a big fucking nothing. Like, nothing happened. Like, nothing happened at all. And the Kindred shit felt like it took 9,000 years, and then
we still don't know what's going on with it, though.
No, because it's not Harry. It's
Harry from the universe prior to the One More Day stuff.
Right.
Like, that's obviously what it is.
Right. And that's the thing, is that, like, on your way out, you're gonna fucking play with One More Day, that thing that everybody hated. Like, I kind of appreciate the balls of it.
Yeah.
But, like, all right, that's a thing you can do, man.
Because we've been assuming since whatever was at issue 50 or so that Harry and Kindred are the same thing. They're the same guy. Harry's just going out doing Kindred stuff, and now we find out, oh no, our Harry is not that guy. These are two separate people.
Yeah, so it's, and the little flashes back and forth that he talks about being erased or whatever. It's One More Day Harry, or pre One More. It's yesterday Harry.
Yeah,
but just I don't know, and like I thought we all agreed we didn't have to talk about that anymore. It's one of those things. It's like, especially because they put Peter and MJ back together, so like they could just have let it happen and it would have been fine. Like, I don't know. It's weird move, very weird move. But got to talk about Vulture's whacked ass team. So it's Vulture, Tarantula, your boy Stegron, Rhino, Scorpion, and King Cobra as the Savage
For some
Six.
reason.
What a bunch of fucking Melvins. It's kind of great.
Yeah.
I kind of love it. I absolutely love it. And like Mysterio, who I thought Kindred killed, has been MJ's director the whole time. It's some soap opera shit is what it is. The whole thing is nuts. It's
Mysterio, did you read that Amazing Mary Jane series?
I did not.
Shockingly good. But so that's where Mysterio is off being a movie director.
Okay. So I assume they did address the fact that Kindred thought that it killed him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He's like, haha, I let him think that so it could write me off, and now I can go make movies.
Like, is that Mysterio, motherfucker?
Yeah.
It's what I do. What the fuck I do? Yeah, that's good stuff. It's fun. Fun comic booky bullshit. I'm also digging what they're doing in the Spider's Shadow story that Chip Zdarsky's writing, and Pasquale Ferry's doing the art. It's like a what-if mini-series instead of just like a little one-off thing. So it's set during the kind of last days of Peter with the black suit, and he goes to see the Fantastic Four like he does, and they tell him, hey, this thing's gonna kill you, and he's like, all right, well, I gotta kind of hang on to it for a minute. He doesn't give it up. And that day, fucking Hobgoblin follows him home and kills Aunt May in like an accident, So Peter kills the fuck out of the Hobgoblin and goes on a killing spree, killing all of his bad guys. And all his bad guys are like, fuck, this is a bad thing for us. We don't like this. And so he gets venomed out and he kills Kingpin. But the last thing Kingpin does before he dies is he spreads his secret identity out to the world. Like, it's pretty fucking cool. Again, big dumb what if type shit. It's really fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to read it. I'm gonna pick it up and trade when it comes out.
It's cool. It's worth a read. It's good stuff. What else you got, Kelly?
I have the best comic of 2021.
I am very much looking forward to hearing more about this.
Yeah, so out of nowhere on Sunday, the Shonen Jump app dropped a one-shot by the creator of Chainsaw Man, whose name escapes me at the moment. Fujimoto is the last name. I want to say Tetsuki first name. Yeah, but the book was called Look Back, and it was just like a 140 some odd page one shot about two young manga creators. Yeah, Tatsuki Fujimoto is the name of the creator, and it's incredible. It's a really like intense emotional story, very clearly purposely dropped on the second anniversary of the Kyoto Animation arson attack.
Oh wow, yeah,
it's incredible. It's what Fujimoto's been working on since Chainsaw Man went on hiatus. It kind of explains why Chainsaw Man went on hiatus. Like, it's a super personal work, and it's incredible. Like, it's easily the best comic of 2021. Nothing else scratches it for me. And it's not like,
much looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's not like Chainsaw Man, where, you know, it's action romp, here's a bunch of cool stuff. Like, this is a really down-to-earth story for the most part. And it still has, you know, it'll have like the tone shifts that Chainsaw Man does, and it still works. And like, the ending made me tear up. Like, it's a really, really, really great piece of comics. And whether you're a manga fan or not, if you read comics, you owe it to yourself to read this. The Shonen Jump app is $2. So even just sign up for a month and read this and then cancel. But if you call yourself a comic fan, you owe it to yourself to read this story. It really is the best book of the year by far.
Dig it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and Fujimoto is on an entirely different level right now. Like, we're watching like an all-time great develop right now. Like, between Chainsaw Man and this, dude is gonna be huge. So yeah, Look Back. Can't recommend it enough. I don't see anything dethroning it from the top of my list for the year.
Dig it a lot. What you got, Knize?
So we've recently finished, I don't know, my 20th rewatch of The Office, and this was the first time on Peacock. So, you know, I always like to give it some space in between rewatches. So one night, Mary just decided, because she considers this her Office, she just put on The Good Place one night, and
it's so good.
It's great. But what you forget about The Good Place is it's not 9 seasons long with 30 episodes a season like The Office was.
No, definitely not.
It's 4 seasons long with like 15 episodes a season. So we burned through that shit in like a weekend. So
that sounds like a very good weekend.
If you've ever been interested in watching The Good Place, I highly suggest doing it. You'll be done in no time.
It's so good, though.
It is so very good.
Ooh. When you're done, I have anime I need to talk about.
I'm done.
You're done. All right. Lee, did you watch Xenon?
I've seen a couple episodes of Dynasty not all the way through.
I finished it up over the past week because I watched like the first 4 and then kind of fell off.
Same
Holy
here.
shit,
Yeah,
that series turns out to be great.
Yeah? Okay, good. It started off kind of slow.
Yeah, by the end, I think I might have enjoyed it more than Gridman.
No shit. All right,
yeah,
I gotta get back
it
on
gets real good as it goes.
I figured it would, but the beginning's weird.
The beginning's very slow. But like once
Yeah.
you get past those first 4 episodes, it really kicks into gear and
All
turns out
right.
to be awesome. And then I also started watching Odd Taxi, which is tremendous.
Okay.
So it's bunch of animal people doing stuff, but it's essentially just a murder mystery. But they're just
Okay.
animal people. Like it's not like ever like, oh, look at all these animal people doing animal stuff. This bunny's sexy, huh? It's never that. It's just they're just animal people. You just kind of eventually don't even notice it. And it follows around this taxi driver, and as he kind of just slowly gets weaved more and more into this murder mystery. I'm 3 episodes in, and it's great. It's, from what I understand, the series started off as like a series of like stage readings, and it definitely shows it's very dialogue heavy. Like it very much seems like, oh, you could just kind of sit and listen to this, and it works as almost like a radio play.
Huh. Okay.
But it's a really interesting show, and it's just about this dude, this kind of not weird, but just kind of the eccentric taxi driver they call him, and just his life and how shit goes on, and suddenly he's tied up in this Yakuza thing where there's a missing girl, and she rode in his cab, and maybe she's living at his house, but we don't know. It's very good.
Okay.
I've heard nothing but incredible things leading up to it, and it's so far the 3 episodes I've seen, it's delivered.
Where can we see Odd Taxi?
Odd Taxi, I believe, is a Crunchyroll exclusive.
Okay. Too many fucking things.
Yeah, no, there's so much.
Too much good stuff.
I fell so far behind in My Hero Academia this season. Once I finish Odd Taxi, I'm going to catch up on that.
See, I think that's what makes me so angry about, like, bullshit like the fucking Married at First Sight. Like, there's so much good shit out there.
Oh yeah,
that I haven't seen. That the thought of any person wasting their time with this stuff is very upsetting to me on a fundamental level.
Yeah,
like, it bothers me so much. All right, I'm into it. I like it. Shit. What you got, Jose?
I've been trying to think of.
Jose, what anime did you watch?
I watched Yakuza Bathtub Bomb.
All right, cool.
And it's about they go to one of the bathhouses.
Okay.
But somebody brings in a like a bath bomb, but it's too much soap, kind of like when you see did you guys ever in your area have people that would throw like clothes detergent in like water fountains just to watch it overflow like a fucking...
I have seen that done, yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Back in high school, I remember driving around every now and then, and you'll see like a fountain just look like a washer and a washer machine overflowing with soap because somebody threw a fucking box of detergent in there. So either way, imagine that times like 1,000, and that's the bomb that was dropped in. And it's all about, what happens at the bathhouse and shit. It's pretty good.
That sounds real fucking weird, man.
Hey, that's anime for you.
Way to commit.
Real fucking weird. I like it. Where can we see that, Jose?
I think it's on Crunchy Taco. But I could be wrong. It might be coming to like your mainstream, but I don't watch.
Sure. Yeah, it might be on Netflix. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jose's like subs, not dubs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course,
You
obviously.
know what I mean, it,
Fucking ridiculous.
It is what it is, right?
So, what are you guys thinking for your Summer Olympics team?
I can't tell you that.
No one, as of my last check, no one has signed up. Oh no, Oh man, we do have our first team drafted.
Who's in?
I don't know whose team it is, but it is MCU Black Widow, MCU Captain America, MCU Doctor Strange.
Nerds.
All right.
That makes me think Mahoney maybe.
Could be.
But then again, I don't know if Mahoney would go straight MCU across the board for all of those. Usually Juggalo John's right on the money, so it could be him as well.
Fucking nerds.
I'm trying to. I have a concept for my team, what I want. I got 2 of the 3, and I'm trying to see if I can fill the 3rd slot with what I want to fill it with, for my theme to work.
Like Gila Gorilla.
Does the thing, does the thing I want to do actually exist, or not?
Great
trying
babe.
to figure out that's right. Yeah, straight up. Straight up.
King Kong. There, you got it. There's your team.
Nailed it.
There is the one joke in Space Jam that I did kind of like is Algae Rhythm is going on this big old rant, and he says, "King Kong ain't got nothing on me," like Denzel says in Training Day, but in Training Day he says, "King Kong ain't got shit on me," and then they cut to King Kong in the crowd looking sad.
Indeed, I don't have shit on him. I've tried. I can't find any info.
I've been throwing it all day.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention it when we talked about the actual fantasy sports, but Zero put it in the rules: no Supermans.
Yeah, no Supermans or something like Supermans, which I can respect.
All right, I'm drafting LeBron, Michael Jordan, and LG Rhythm. Let's go.
Oh my god.
I'm not doing that. I just want to keep making people say LG Rhythm.
You know, Algae.
Rhythm.
Like, in what?
They should have just got Ali G to be the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. It probably confused a lot of people. Like executives, they're reading the treatment, and they're like, "So we're gonna get Borat for this? What's up? What's happening?"
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish Borat was either a Warner Brothers or Disney property.
Just standing behind Wile E. Coyote, thumbs up. Very nice. Yep. Good to play the basketball.
All right, got my team locked. I'm very excited about it.
Nice.
Okay,
I would put Borat on my team. Oh shit! Here's my team: Borat, Bruno, and Ali G. Let's go.
Oh
my god!
I don't know. Does it say in the rules? Does your team have to be all Disney or all Warner Brothers?
I think, yeah.
Yeah. You're either picking from Disney or you're picking from Warner Brothers.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be fine. So yeah, join up. If you want to play the games, check us out. It's at, again, pop.atzinc.org. We'll pin it to the top of the Discord and the Pop Fantasy Sports section.
Oh shit! Yeah, we do have a actual fantasy sports section.
We
look at that.
Do have a fantasy sports section. Look at that. Good shit. All right. Yeah. Thanks to Zero for putting this together again. Very excited about it. So we'll talk about that next week. We'll draft our teams, present them out to the world. We're gonna win this fucking. We're taking home the gold this time. I can feel it.
We.
All right. Yeah, me and my boys. It's gonna be good. All right. So for Jason Knize, Jose Guzman, Kelly Harris, and Mahoney, wherever he is, we hope he's
In
okay.
the shower.
He's in the shower watching the last third of Black Panther. I am the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. I'll talk to you guys next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Love you. Good night. Goodbye.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this. Demonetize this.
Fucking Google something.
Demonetize this.
Holy shit.
Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this.
I didn't want to say it.
Demonetize this.
What are you, some kind of bitch?
Whoa.
Demonetize this.
You fucking
Google ass bitch.
Demonetize this.
Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
Demonetize this.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
That's it. Show's over. We're done.
See you next Tuesday.